Oh, we are live. How exciting.
Right.
Well, greetings and a warm welcome from the Fully Charged Show at Farnborough International Conference and Exhibition Centre. This is the 10 o'clock news from the EV Café, brought to you this week by the ITT Hub, Transport's home of technology, thought leadership, strategies and solutions, featuring, of course, the EV Café. And I'm still John Curtis. Today I'm joined by, well, Sarah has made it, Paul has made it, Sam apparently is a bit busy, and Johnny, he's here, but we just haven't seen him yet. So, anyway, welcome. Have we? Yes, Paul's busy. He's entertaining, and Sarah is just fiddling. So
I'm in the bar.
I think it's in the bar.
Oh no!
No.
Breakfast down.
You don't need that.
So anyway, let's grab a cuppa, plug in for the latest in clean transport and sustainability news. And today we'll be talking about Novuna installing charging, demonstrating their commitment to decarbonisation for their people. The ITT Hub, of course, Wincanton, IKEA, and Merck. Morgan Council, and the EV Cafe Takeaway Podcasts. Now, Paul, you're mooching. Am I right in thinking you're going to mooch towards My Energy?
I am mooching. So there's Roger Atkins and Matt McCullum from Indra, but so I'm on my way in the Fully Charged Show to My Energy Sound, a sponsor of ours. It's incredible to see everything that's going on. All these people queuing to get energy and heat advice, and me nearly taking somebody out with my selfie stick.
Yay!
I'm just going to push through the queue. And of course, to our wonderful sponsors, My Energy, look at that.
Wow.
Very exciting.
Cool.
But there's a lot going on here today. And but I don't want to interrupt the news too much. But great to see My Energy with Eddie, Harvey, and Libby all here on show for you to see. And lots of great stuff around home energy advice as well. So they're quite nicely positioned together.
Good man. Thank you, Paul. Now then, you mentioned exciting. Something's being formally announced at Fully Charged today, and that's the launch of Charge UK. It's the new voice of the UK's EV charging industry, bringing together 18 of the largest companies installing the charge points needed to enable the UK's switch to EVs. This is brilliant news and will give so much needed momentum in this essential area. And Ian Johnston has given a great interview on LBC already this morning. Huge congratulations to BEV, Believe, BP Pulse, Chargy, ChargePoint, Connected Curb, ESB Energy, EVEV, Charging Network, FastNed, GeniePoint, GridServe, Ionity, Mer, Podpoint, Pogo, Charge, Osprey Charging Network, Raw Charging, and Shell Recharge Solutions. We're delighted to see CPOs coming together with a joint treasure pot of, get this, £6 billion to be invested in charge points by 2030. This can only be a good thing for EV drivers, can't it, Sarah?
I know, it's actually astonishing. Number one, it was incredibly well embargoed. I didn't, even my sniffiest sniffs around didn't reveal this to me until yesterday. So no, I'm delighted actually, really, really pleased to see this. I mean, we'll talk about collaboration and people not seeing each other as competitors, but working towards the same thing. They've just nailed their colours to the mast. Fantastic.
So let's get on with the news while Paul mooches and says hello to everybody. Novuna Vehicle Solutions, famous for Johnny Berry, is to open an electric vehicle charging forecourt at its offices in Trowbridge to showcase its fleet decarbonisation offering. It will feature 12 AC charging bays that can deliver up to 22 kilowatts of power to fully charge an average EV with a 50 kilowatt hour battery, equipped with an 11 kilowatt onboard charger in under 5 hours. A separate car park on site with 4 DC rapid charging bays will deliver 100 kilowatts of power to fully charge a vehicle in under an hour, subject to the state of charge, temperature, onboard chargers, and power available. All other riders are included. Electricity at the forecourt will be enabled by solar. And so they are having renewable energy feeding that charging infrastructure. An 180 kilowatt battery storage facility on site equipped with an energy storage management system will keep everything running smoothly. We had hoped to hear from the bearded legend himself, Johnny Berry, but sadly we've got the bearded leg end, Paul Kirby. Good news that workplaces are providing significant investment for their staff to charge at, Paul?
Absolutely, he says, just turning off mute. Yeah, no, it is. It's really good news, and I think it really encourages that transition, doesn't it? And so it's great to hear that Navuna are kind of putting that support in, and that we're seeing the opportunity for people to go more and more. Hopefully, it'll encourage electric vans as well. But then I would say that, wouldn't I?
It just takes a long time to do this stuff. I know Johnny, because we know Johnny personally through the EV Café. I know this has been something on their mind for nearly a couple of years now. And the Trowbridge site, if you ever get a chance to see it, is stunning. It's all it's ecosystems. They've got reed beds. They've got environmentally conscious building management. So I'm really pleased to see it coming to fruition.
Good stuff. Now then, Paul, are you wanting to do another piece? Let's do another piece. Let's do a quick walk through the electric launch pad. We've got some super cool vehicles in here. Sadly, no vans as such, but this little Microlina thing, I managed to get locked in that yesterday, moving it around. I couldn't find the exit button. And this is the XP7, I think, the Xpeng, all the way from, the Netherlands, actually, it's came from. But and then this here, Sarah Sloman, you'll be familiar with this sort of thing. This is the F-150 Lightning, not the R1T Rivian. So this is the other American pickup, which is there you go. It's the F-150 Lightning, so you can come and see that. But of course, I have a little favourite over here with the R1T, the Rivian. But there's of course the Maxus pickup here. You've got the ID Buzz, and this is a Hera. I think we saw this at the London kind of event show that we go. Somebody's very kindly letting me go in. That is, as cars go, it's a bit of a beast, and there's some lovely launches here. So it's well worth getting along to Fully Charged Live to kind of get a real picture of the new vehicles that are hitting the market. Some that won't come to the UK, but are available here in the UK and in very small numbers. And here might be the first viewing of a real mainstream car, the Astra Electric. Now, I don't know how good it is or what it's going to be like, but it's great that the mainstream sort of mid-series cars are coming online too.
See, I can see Paul because I'm upstairs and he's just down there. It's very exciting. Still people queuing around the block to get in. And of course, today's the business day, so it's nice for people to think about other things other than work.
The only good thing, Sarah, is that it's pouring with rain. There's no sunshine, so you won't be dazzled by the glare from Paul's head.
Yeah,
it's not raining. The rain has gone. The rain has gone. It's not coming back again. We've been reliably told, I think.
Okay, well, we'll take your word for that. Now then, you know that showtime is really an exciting time for all of us, and it's one of those things that we look forward to. But one doesn't just come along and that's it. We've got loads happening this year, and we're taking the EV Café Village. A lot of exhibitors with us to the ITT Hub on the 10th and 11th of May in Farnborough, providing a curated space for organisations to showcase their wares alongside us and the brilliant guys at Generate Media who'll be there filming. Now then, we've got 3TI, the AA, EV Civil Solutions, Grays EV, Ground Transport Group, Interval, Karcher, Plug Me In, all got stands there, and Geotab of a monster stand right next to us. The ITT Hub is focused very much on the heavier side of life, the chunks, if you like, of transport. Sarah, what are you looking forward to at the ITT Hub?
Well, it's very different, I think, to the Fully Charged show. It's very much about I think it covers the larger vehicles off really well. There's always buses and lorries and trucks and vans, as well as a few passenger cars. But what I like most about it is actually the presentations. I really like the collaboration centres. National Grid have put one on, I can't remember what they're calling it, the Energy Hub. And I'll be doing a couple of talks, one on apprenticeships and how to get into our industry. And the second one will be about how best to convert your fleet that Lorna McAteer is sharing.
Brilliant stuff. And Paul, you'll be frothing because there'll be big stuff, trucks vans and whatever.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to the ITT Hub. I think it's been a brilliant event every year. Great event for collaboration in that particular industry, and getting first sight of some of the innovations that will really make a difference to the commercial vehicle market. So that is all good news in my book.
Now, don't turn your microphone off, Paul, because I'm just going to say that tickets can be held. They can be held, of course, but they can be had by going to the itthub.co.uk and clicking register. That's itthub.co.uk. Click register, and the best part, it's free to attend, and you might even get to see Kirby and a van Exciting times. Now, Paul, you're also with the AA, I understand.
Ta-da! The great reveal. So, yes, we're here with the AA. They're displaying, of course, their electric vehicles. So they're giving power to electric drivers, as always. And then we got another one. So you got the Toyota Pro Ace there, and then the Maxus e-Deliver 3. I mean, the AA are leading away with trying out different vehicles. There's an Iveco here on the stand or in the commercial vehicle zone that they're likely to be trying out too, because it can tow. But while they can't tow vehicles currently, or electric vehicles where they can't do that, they've got this freewheeling hub, which is of course award winning. And you know, you got to love a bit of a squidgy too. And if you're really lucky and you get here in time, you might get a key ring.
Oh, good grief. A squidgy from Paul, no thanks. Wincanton has made a multi-million-pound investment in 30 electric trucks and vans to provide home delivery services for IKEA, or IKEA, depending on where you're from. The electric fleet includes 10 16-ton trucks and 20 vans to support IKEA's goal of reaching 100% zero-emission last-mile deliveries. And get this, 100% zero-emission last-mile deliveries by 2025. When Wincanton says that the new zero-emission vehicles will help it to save 1,000 tonnes of carbon emissions every year across just over 10,000 journeys per annum. The vehicles supplied by Renault Trucks and Ford will carry deliveries to the homes of IKEA customers across Greater London and the southeast of England from spring 2023. The Wincanton deal comes after IKEA have announced it's investing $4.5 million in electric vehicle charge points from Mer for its electric delivery vehicles to enable more emission-free deliveries. The new infrastructure, says IKEA, will source energy entirely through renewable sources. That's a brilliant effort, Sarah, isn't it? And Mer was a big part of your life, or before that, Elmtronics.
Yeah, you got to hand it to Mer. They do a good job. They've long been supported by Statkraft, the Europe's largest renewable energy provider. So they've always helped put their money where their mouth is in terms of making sure that the energy they supply to their units is in fact renewable. But I think it's great that Renault are part of this Wincanton group. They announced, I think it was the ITT Hub last year or the year before, that they were going to commit to entirely electric trucks. They weren't even going down the road of any other alternative fuels. So this is just a really good demonstration of how a year or two later a story is born after an announcement is made at these shows. So anybody that ever thinks these shows aren't really worth coming to, or that they're just a waste of your time, absolutely not. They're moments in history where things are revealed and new technology is adopted later.
Absolutely. And Curbs, you've clearly been seeing people. Who was that?
So that was Jamie Fretwell from Mercedes-Benz Trucks. So he will be having a vehicle over here, I believe, at the ITT Hub in a couple of weeks' time. But look at this! Look how beautiful!
Thing of beauty.
It's a thing of beauty. It has been. It's fully upgraded now. This is drivable. It's all made out of recycled carbon fiber. That is super cool. And we've of course got the ID Buzz Cargo, and there's a vehicle here from Drive Electric. But this is one of the standout vehicles here. This is the Monroe, and this is a go anywhere sort of Land Rover Defender kind of replacement, but entirely electric and very exciting. And of course, do you know what? I have a special place in my heart for the guys at Maxus. They've got the e-Deliver 7 here, and also the pickups and all of the vans and minibuses that they're doing, because they're electrifying everything so everybody can get a go. And of course, one last point, everybody, this is a unique display, absolutely unique. This is EV Civils, everybody, the wonderful guys down there.
Well done, guys.
They've got the Iveco Daily, which can tow that. You can see here, there is a trailer in the back and an electric digger. They are cleaning up the dirty side of civils and, doing everything really well, just so that you can really answer the question about your downstream emissions. Great new Iveco electric there and everything. It's great installation from the guys at EV Civils, really showing what cleaning it up looks like. And we've got the guys from Milwaukee as well. So they even got electric tools. So nice big smile from the man from Milwaukee. They're all electric tools dealing with those civil situations. Fantastic.
Love it. Clean, dirty stuff. You got to love it. Now then, Wigan Council has cut engine idling by 29% across its mixed fleet of 320 vehicles, which includes HGVs, LCVs and cars, after partnering with a telematics provider. Analysis of data from the onboard telematics systems over a 12-month period also shows that technology is improving driver behaviour by lowering the number of harsh driving events. Meanwhile, it's also been able to use the data it collects to produce custom reports, offering advice for maximising vehicle utilisation. Paul Barnton, Director of Environment at Wigan Council, said, "Our work with telematics has helped us to save energy and money by enabling positive behaviour change, and also allowed us to target driver training needs." Telematics is really important, and what gets measured gets managed. Sarah, are you still there?
I am. I just saw Mrs. Kirby and Darren Unvener, our one early doors Patreon. But Deborah Meaden is about to open the Fully Charged live show, so I've snuck downstairs. What would you like me to say?
No, it's purely around telematics, and we're lucky enough to work with Geotab, the world's largest and favourite telematics provider. Paul, the insights that come from Geotab are absolutely critical, not just in making that transition to fully electric, but in making better use of the legacy fleet that we've got.
Yeah, exactly. It's twofold, right? Because we all know about the supply issues. So what we've got to do is reduce the carbon impact today and plan for the transition to zero emission tomorrow. And that is the great thing that Geotab are able to do. They give you insight on the vehicles and how they're being driven, and the types of vehicles that could then replace those vehicles for the future, whether they can be electric, given all of the insight that they can produce from the devices in the vehicles. So Geotab make a really big difference, and they do have a stand here in the show area as well. If I can find it, I will.
Thank you, my friend. Now then, have you got anything going on in your ears? Well, you should have. You need the EV Café Takeaway, a podcast that gets behind the job title to discover who are the personalities in our industry and how have they got where they are. We do a little bit of the professional and the journey, but you know what? It's much, much more about the people. And we have talked to some amazing people so far. So far, we have 9 podcasts. Sarah Sloman of Pay Through. Who dat?
This is Martin of Fire. He's on one of the podcasts that we're very talking about. The high energy man himself.
Well, I never did. Martin of Fire, ex-England rugby union and rugby league.
Sorry, you can't hear this, but yeah. So I'm going to leave Martin now to get on with it, but I'll see you in a minute.
So, podcast.
Perfect timing.
Sarah Sloman of Pay Through, Graham Cooper of Jarvis, Jordan Brompton of My Energy, Nikki Richmond of Churchill Expert, Lee Sibley of Green 2 Delivery, Martin of Fire, the man himself, Fiona Howarth, Chief Exec of Octopus Electric Vehicles, Chris Ramsey, the madman who's driving from the North Pole to the South Pole, Carlo Zaccali here at the ITT Hub, whose office I'm currently sat in, and we have shed loads more that we have already got in the library. A new podcast is launched every Wednesday, so spend Tuesday night shaving and waxing your ears ready to listen from 8 a.m. on Wednesday. You can find the podcasts on our website at evcafe.org or on Google, Apple and Spotify or your preferred podcast platform. Sometimes it's Sarah and Paul, sometimes it's me and Paul, sometimes it's even Sam and Paul, but it's always about Paul, isn't it, Paul?
Of course, but it was also just about Plug Me In there, who you might have spotted, and then I have finally made it. But the podcasts are a brilliant thing. I think that they are one of the most fun and lovely things that we get to do, because we get to talk to and know so many great people. Martin of Fire was great, lots of energy. Oh, there's Kevin from Brecon Beacons. Say hello, Kevin.
World record holder.
Multiple world record holder. And of course, data and insight gained from there. It wasn't probably coming from Geotab, but I was going to try and make a link there, but I failed. But yeah, it's fantastic. The podcast is so exciting, as is this show, to be fair. It's really cool.
I think it's fair to say Paul is frothing. Sarah, are you with Deborah right now?
Yeah, she's on stage behind me with Robert Llewellyn. Absolutely packed. There's nowhere to sit whatsoever. There's Alan's front row. Lots of people we know. It's just going to be a great day of meeting people that we haven't seen for ages. I can't wait.
Good stuff. Now then, finally, new research from our partner Churchill Expert, Direct Line Group's flexible fleet insurance provider, reveals a quarter, 25% of London-based drivers whose current vehicle doesn't comply with emission standards for the expanded ultra-low emission zone are planning to switch to a compliant vehicle. Of those drivers, 31% are considering acquiring a replacement vehicle through alternative flexible ownership methods, as opposed to through traditional purchase models. The flexible methods being explored include traditional rentals, 9%, car share or short-term rentals at 8%, employee salary sacrifice schemes at 8%, and subscriptions at 6%. Salary sacrifice is brilliant. I personally am going to go with subscription, and you'd be really wise to jump onto it. If you have, do you see what I did there? You did. If you have any clean transport, PR or news stories you'd like us to cover, please send them to us at hello@evcafe.org. Until next Friday, it's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from Sarah.
Bye. That's especially for Gary Cromerford.
It's goodbye from the running man.
Well, yes, it is. It's goodbye from me, but I wanted to bring you, just in case you get a chance and you're here, we do have our stand here, P44, underneath the Urban Fox. The Urban Fox is up there. And we're there. You can scan for all of our contact details, and you can see our silver and bronze and gold sponsors all listed. But because we're running around the show, we might not be here, but check us out.
Just saw Hidden from MHA as well. It's honestly, everyone's here. So good.
Superb. Thank you both very much indeed. This has been an EV Cafe production brought to you this week by the ITT Hub, the Thinking Person's commercial transport show, featuring the EV Cafe. Other sustainability news services are available, but this is just fun. The EV Cafe news is brought to you by the ITT Hub. The EV Cafe is truly blessed to be partnered with My Energy Geotab, the EV Civil Solutions, the AA, Plug Me and Spiri, Hydrock, Interval, Karcher UK, and McIntyre Hudson. We are the EV Cafe, supporting the transition to clean transport. Enjoy the rest of the day. We are sure to. Enjoy the long weekend, wherever it takes you. Until next Friday. Bye-bye.
Well done, John.
Can we go and have some fun now?